Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel, D versus Debt. This is D. It's Monday, which means Money Monday time. Time to stuff my cash envelopes. The first thing I want to do is show you some happy mail that I got. This is from Champagne's Corner, so I'll be linking the listing to my description box down below. So she did a fundraiser for Gina Renee RN Budget's husband, Kevin, who's battling bladder cancer. And so all the proceeds from selling these ribbons, these cancer awareness ribbons, minus shipping, are being donated to them. So because you can request different colors for the ribbons, I picked pink. So my mother is a breast cancer survivor. Her two sisters are survivors. Her niece is a survivor. And then on my dad's side, unfortunately, his sister didn't survive her battle. So I wanted to make sure and request a pink ribbon. And Gina Renee herself is a breast cancer survivor, so that's another thing. Like, okay, yeah, I have to have that pink ribbon. That is beautiful. So excellent job, Champagne. These are gorgeous. There's 3 different designs to choose from, and so I really liked this one because it looks like a little butterfly or an angel, however you want to think about it, but I just think it's gorgeous. So well done. You knocked it out of the park with this one. All right, it also happens to be payday for me, so I wanted to do a run through of how I divvied up my expenses. It's pretty sparse because of the fact that I'm also getting my tax refund this week. I was blown away by the fact that it took less than a week to get my state tax return, and to get my federal tax was about a week. So super impressed with how fast it was this year. And Wednesday's video for my money moves, I'll show you exactly how I broke down my tax refund. I was super responsible with it. I am pretty proud of myself, but also a little depressed because I didn't do anything fun with that money. So this is how I'm breaking up my check. I rounded down to $1,100, so it's a little bit over $1,100, but I like to have a pocket of extra money just to be safe. And I put this asterisk because my sales week by week have been going down, and last week it was $4 that I got as my weekly paycheck. I went ahead and listed some stuff, and so hoping this week for a much higher number. So I put an asterisk here because whatever I make from Etsy, then I'll be using it for my savings challenges cash envelope. So I am not divvying anything up out of my paycheck for savings challenges this week. And part of it is also going to go to my week 2 cash envelope. So if I don't hustle and make sales on Etsy, then my punishment basically is that I'll only have $30 to stuff next week. So we'll see how it goes. So these check marks represent the fact that I already paid all these bills with this paycheck. So mortgage, made my payment. Electric bill, that got paid. My water bill, I actually paid more than was due. So the water bill was $28, and so I rounded it up to $30 because then that helps next month. It'll knock it down by $1 and change. And then my credit card, I did pay the $388. It was actually a lot more than this, but the fee that the guy at H&R Block charged me to do my taxes, I'm paying that with my tax refund money. So my actual credit card bill was a lot more than this, but I paid the part that didn't include the income tax fee. So for this week, I'm stuffing my usual $100. Again, $30 is on hold for week 2, but hopefully I'll have more than that if I do well on my Etsy, so that will hopefully motivate me to really get some things listed and to get things made, all of that. Anytime I get a paycheck, I set aside $100 immediately to my yearly sinking funds, and that's to cover my yearly expenses like my different insurances, car, flood, home, property taxes, all of those things. So I always set aside $100 every paycheck to have a bucket of money basically to pull that from when those expenses are due. I do also always automatically transfer as soon as that direct deposit hits $100 over into CashApp to use for my investing challenges. So that's been taken care of. That's why it has a check mark. I didn't set any money aside out of this paycheck for my Roth IRA because I'm going to be using part of my tax refund money for that. So I just made a little note to myself for that about why it wasn't included in this check. And again, savings challenge money will depend on how I do with my Etsy sales. So here's the breakdown. $1,100 paycheck, minus $130 for cash envelopes, minus $100 for my yearly sinking fund, minus $100 for savings / investing, and the $770 of the bills that were due out of this paycheck knocked me down to a balance of 0. So that is why it's called a zero-based budget, because you allocated a job for every single dollar. You told it exactly where to go: bills, sinking funds, savings, cash envelopes, so on and so forth. So that is my breakdown, and I love the sticker. Small progress is still progress. So obviously I don't get giant paychecks, so I don't get to make giant leaps and bounds when it comes to paying off debt, things like that, but just slow and steady wins the race. I'll eventually get there. So that's my breakdown. Let's go ahead and stuff my envelopes. All right, so my first envelope is vet. So I have my $100 here. It's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. $100 are about to get split up among all these envelopes. So for vet, I'm going to put in 15. I am waiting on a call back because my dog needs her meds. She is not just on one blood pressure medication, she is on 2. She's a little old lady who needs blood pressure pills, which just cracks me up. So now my vet envelope has 10, 15, 20. The medication is actually more than that. It's actually more than double this, but this is for actual vet visits and not meds and food and things like that. All right, car, I'm only putting in 5 this time because I am putting a chunk of my income tax return, my refund, towards my car. So that means then I do have 100 already in my little bucket in my online savings account for this specific purpose. And then in cash along with it, I have 10. So 110 is what I have set aside. So there goes that one. Again, a little bit at a time, but it adds up. For giving, I'm putting in my 5 singles. I like to have singles on me for when people are asking for spare change and things like that. So there's my 5. So that's basically gone as soon as it goes in. For oops, I'm going to put in 10. So this is unexpected expenses that pop up, and they always do. So that brings me up to 20 because I had recently wiped out my oops. So proud that I hit 100 and then boom, it was gone just like that. All right, home, I'm putting in 5 because that spring weather is here and it's time to wait for the freezes to go away at night. So it still dips down to freezing temperatures at night. I'm trying to hold out for 1 more month before I buy my plants, but those hummingbirds are coming back and I really, really, really want to have those flowering plants out there for them, not just the nectar in my feeder. So that's what this is for. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to home. So technically the outside of my home. I want to have it full of plants that the pollinators can feed on. All right, Beto came along and cleaned my backyard. So that wiped out the 50 bucks that I had. So time to rebuild. So I'm going to put in 10 for now, because he tends to surprise me and pop by and be like, can I borrow 10 bucks? So I like to have at least 10 in here. So building back up for the next time he has to do something around my house. For Yum, I'm going to ignore it. I had my dad return a gift card. I was trying not to be offended. So I'd given him a gift card to Burger King for Christmas and he gave it back. So I was like, oh, Dad. But he knows me. He knows how much I love Burger King. So that was sweet, but at the same time frustrating. All right, so for happy, I'm going to put in 10. And this, I'm struggling with this week, y'all. So this is basically gas money to go to Tucson. So now it's $30. I've been putting away $10 a week for several weeks so I could have 30 to go to a meetup this weekend. But gas prices just shot up. So to fill my tank before the price increase, it was $47 the last time. And now that it went up, the gas station down the street from me is $4.19 a gallon, which is outrageous. So that means a full tank is going to be, like in the 50-something ballpark, easily, maybe close to 60. And it takes me a tank to drive up and back to Tucson. So I don't know about this. I'm considering whether or not I should go. Adulting, it's no fun. All right, so that takes care of this binder. The next one, community. I blew through that money and then some, so it ended up having part of it go onto the credit card. So there's my lucky $2 bill. I'm gonna put in 15 this time. So I did order a shirt for Gina Renee RN Budget's husband, Kevin. It's a DJ shirt. That's what he does for a living since he can't work with, the surgeries and the cancer treatments and stuff. He's losing that income, so those DJ shirts are to help him make that money back. So I'll post the link to the t-shirt sale in my description box. If I forget, let me know. But if you are interested in purchasing one of those shirts, it's there, and when it gets here, I'll show the shirt off to y'all. YouTube, I'm gonna put in $5. I did use up my shipping money, so this is for mailing out more things, so buying postage stamps, stuff like that. So another $5 goes in there, and again, that $2 is just lucky sentimental money, so it doesn't get counted. And Etsy, I blew through that money that I put in there and then some, like completely obliterated. So same thing, you can see all these messy receipts in the back. I need a bigger envelope for the receipts now. So all that's left is a $2 bill for good luck. And so I'm gonna put in another 20. But yeah, to do those listings on Etsy, I just have to buy so many supplies. And so I, blew through this and then some. So hopefully I do better with stretching those $20 this week, because I need to stop charging stuff on the credit card. All right, so that does it for this week's cash envelope stuffing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a very happy Monday. See you Wednesday.